Hello, this is my first review video. This is the first video of Review Room on Château Let's Play. This is it. So, you know by now already, because you clicked on the title, that this is the review video for all the new cards for Hearthstone's The Grand Tournament, which comes out on August 24th in just a few days. I'm doing this now. A lot of people have been doing them as they have been released, but I'm doing them now that they're all released. So I'm going to go through all of the cards, tell you what my opinion is, sort of stream of consciousness while I think about them, and maybe do a little math, compare them to other cards. I'm going to do them. I'm on hearthhead.com right now on my computer, and I'm just going through all of them in reverse order of popularity for the cards. So I'm starting with the least popular card right now on that site before it's released, and I'm going to move into the most popular cards. So maybe they'll get better and better. Just a thing about how I review stuff, I think that every card's going to have some intrinsic value, and I'm going to try to analyze each card as though Blizzard knew what they were doing. I don't think that they will have released. A lot of reviewers are saying that the Grand Tournament cards are not good at all, that there's a lot of bad cards, that Blizzard was too cautious and too afraid of power creep, and I'm going to go with the stance that Blizzard play-tested a lot of these cards, and they know how powerful they can be and how powerful they're supposed to be, and that even though probably some of them aren't competitive, that there's a reason why each card is released. I may also talk about how I could improve a card that I think is not quite as good, but that's the general format of how this is going to go. So, alright, well, we might as well just jump into the first card. The least popular card on Hearthhead is Light's Champion. A 3 for 4/3, Battle Cry, Silence a Demon. Gosh, I just can't think. I guess this card probably exists because Blizzard's afraid of Dreadsteed. Dreadsteed's another card that we'll talk about later. Hopefully it's a little further down this list. Light's Champion is just a card. I don't know. It's a 3 for 4/3, so why does this card exist? Why does Battle Cry Silence a Demon exist? It's real similar to Spellbreaker, except for it costs one less and it only silences demons. So I can't see this card being played in many constructed decks, except for the fact that this card is a specific counter to something that probably Blizzard was very afraid of. So they made this card as a tech card, so that you would put it in your deck if the meta ever did get too out of control, so that they wouldn't have to. This card exists, hopefully, I think, from how I can see right now. This card exists because Blizzard doesn't want to nerf any of the cards. They want to nerf as few cards as possible, you know? And this card exists so that if Dreadsteed or another one of the demons that they release, maybe with Demon Fuse, gets so out of control that the meta is very demon heavy that you could put this into your deck. 3 for 4/3 is not terrible. It's not great. It's above average, really, stats for a 3, but it's not competitive stats, I wouldn't say. There's no real good Battle Cry decks. There's no Battle Cry tech things. So that's Light's Champion, I guess. It's just a tech card that basically you don't put in your constructed deck, but you might try out if the meta's getting too demon heavy. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible top deck. Actually, it's not a great top deck late game if you're out of cards, but it's not bad for a 3 mana. 4/3, 3 mana, Silence a Demon. That's not terrible. You're never gonna have to see the negative side of this effect where you can't play it. It's never gonna panda you where you have to return something to your hand that you don't want to because the Battle Cry is mandatory, because you're never going to put it in a deck that has any demons running it. The only way that you could get that is from RNG, which you just can't plan around. So the next one is Magnator Alpha. Magnetor. Yeah, like a centaur. Magnetar Alpha. Magnetar. Also damages minions next to whomever he attacks. So this has got the stats of Foe Reaper. Foe Reaper saw no constructed play because it was too slow, but it's a powerful ability that I think could work. I just don't know what could make it work. Maybe giving this card charge. It's a warrior class card, so what warrior deck does it even fit into? Also damages the minions next to whomever it attacks. The problem is 4, 5/3 stats, too low on health, right? It's too low for health. Especially since they're shifting to since Blizzard's trying to shift to more of a control meta with a lot of these cards, and the Inspire effects are slow and the jousting effects are slow. I can't see a card that's got low health, that's got a control ability, seeing a lot of play. Also damages the minions next to whomever it attacks. I guess I could see it getting some play. It is a 4, so it can pop out of Piloted Sky Golem. I think it'd probably be one of the better things to pop out of Piloted Sky Golem. But only if your opponent pops it. See, that's basically my thing, is that this ability is great on something that has charge. And I guess you can give things charge in a warrior deck, but no one's playing charge right now. No one's playing that spell. And I doubt that this card alone is definitely not enough to get charge played, +2 attack. Because it's too, I don't know. This is a tough one. So, I don't think it's going to see much play in constructed. What about in arena? Yes. Yeah, it might see some play in arena. 4 mana, 5/3. It's one health less than a Tall Strider, which is good but not great. It's in the epic slot, so there's a lot of bad epics. Oh, yeah. I'm fine. I'm fine with this card. I'm fine with it. It's not great. It's not bad. Yeah. Next card, Sea Reaver. When you draw this card, do 1 damage to your minions. So this card isn't bad. 6, 7. It's got the stats of an Ogre Brute. Not Ogre Brute. Boulder Fist Ogre. It's got the stats of a Boulder Fist Ogre. It's not bad. It's got a neutral card effect, essentially. It only hits your minions, but it is in warrior, and that's the class, blah blah blah. You want your minions damaged, but you don't always want them damaged. I'm trying to think. Obviously, oh, what? Stop this. Stop this ad.
Why does it look so fresh?
Stop. Okay, that's annoying. That's really annoying. I just got rid of my ad blocker so that content creators can get money from when I watch things, but I'm very upset about that playing in the middle of my video. Anyway, back to Sea Reaver. Deal 1 damage. I can't think of times. See, the problem is that you want it at specific times. I don't know. I'd have to do the math, but I think that Sea Reaver could get play. The problem is it costs a lot for a Grim Patron deck, and that's the deck you'd want it to be in. But you might also want it to be in a different deck. You put it in your Control Warrior deck, and then when you draw it, if you have any minions on the board at the start of your turn when you draw it, then you Battle Rage. So this is the card that you think of that in a Grim Patron deck, you put it in the Grim Patron deck so that it would activate to activate all of the Grim Patrons. You would Battle Rage and hope that you drew it from the Battle Rage, but I could see it as an effect that could potentially work. You draw this and then Battle Rage. That's tough though. I guess it hits Acolytes. The only thing I'm worried about is it's so inconsistent. It's those draw effects. There's no way to manipulate when you're drawing it. I don't think it sees constructed play, but I could see it being an option. It's one of those cards that you try in a deck to see if it works. And I think that there's a lot of merit in those cards. It's not got bad stats. It's a Boulder Fist Ogre, which isn't seeing play in constructed right now, but that doesn't matter. Its stats aren't good enough for constructed, but that doesn't matter. It's got an effect that you could try. You could try in a deck. And I think that what a lot of the reviewers lately have been missing is that Hearthstone is about fun. It's about trying new decks. It's about trying to see if what you can do is better than what other people have already figured out. And this is one of those cards. Sea Reaver it may or may not see constructed play. Probably not, but maybe. Mogre's Champion. Mogre's Champion is basically a not good card. I'm trying. What's the positive? What's the merit of Mogre's Champion? What deck does this fit into? See, I can't see it. I don't know. Why does it have so little health? That's the thing that I'm wondering. Why did Blizzard give it 5 health? They knew that the 50% miss rate, the 50% miss chance, they knew that that doesn't work unless you make it sort of strong. Missing 50% of the time, the target that you want it shouldn't make it twice as powerful because it still hits a target. It's not 50% of the time it doesn't attack. That would be a card that's twice as powerful as a regular card, or even more. 50% of the time it just doesn't attack, but it attacks the wrong target 50% of the time. So it needs health because it is sort of a control thing. Oh god, this card makes my head hurt because I can't figure out what they're trying to do with it. 50% of the time, you attack the wrong enemy. It's just like one of those other ogres. What's the point? 8 attack. I guess you could put it in an Inspire deck. I mean, not an Inspire deck, a Joust deck. It's got 6 mana. It's over 7. If you could put it in that, oh lord, I don't know. I can't figure out what sort of deck it could fit into competitively. It's not good in Arena because it's got low health and sometimes it hits face and then your opponent trades up. But you could kite out all of their sort of like removal cards. It's big game hunter bait. Problem is it's not fast. It doesn't have stealth like the stealth one for Rogue, Ogre Ninja. I don't know. Next card. Poison Blade. This card should probably be last. This card should be last on the thing. I think that this card should say your hero power gives this weapon either +1 attack or +1 durability. And it... I don't even know what to do with this Poison Blade. It's too slow of a card. See, the 3 durability is bad. Maybe it should be a 5-0. If it was a 5-0, then you would have the time for it to build up. You wouldn't be afraid of using your early durability. So the problem is that you play it on 4, then it's a 1-3, and you don't want to use your attacks with it until it's at least a 2-3 or a 3-3. You don't want to use your 1 because it only has 3 durability. So if it had more durability, you wouldn't be afraid to use the early durabilities because you'd know that you'd have it long enough for it to make it up to the higher attack strengths. I don't... Poison Blade. I guess you could play it in conjunction with a lot of other things that give weapons extra power, but it... Ugh! There's a 3-4 weapon for 5! I'm so confused. A weapon that costs 1 more with 1 durability and starts at 2 extra attack. It starts at 2-1 better than this for 1 more mana. Unless there's a way to give weapons durability, which there is, but not many, and only 1 in Rogue, only that pirate that does, that I don't even know its name because it's never played, South Sea Captain, maybe? The legendary one does it, right? It needs more durability. Or it needs to cost less and have less durability. I don't know what's going on with it. Sideshow Spell Eater. 6 mana, 6/5. Bad stats. Just a little too weak on the stats. Copy your opponent's hero power. I can't see this card being played. This card doesn't copy temporary effects, so that's probably a no-go. Copy your opponent's hero power. Copy. It would copy the permanent effects like Shadow Form, which no one's playing, and Justicar Trueheart, which people might play. People will try Justicar. We'll get to her a lot later. It's fine. This is another one of those. This is another one of those try cards. It's a try card. I don't think it's strictly good, though. I think it's sort of like a neutral power, neutral ability. It's good if your opponent has a buffed hero power, because you get to copy it and get a minion. A minion that's better than Justicar. Basically, this card, your opponent plays Justicar, Trueheart, for 6 mana, is a 6/3. Then you play Sideshow Spell Eater, you for 6 mana got a 6/5. So you got 2 extra health and the same hero power that they now have. You guys are basically the same hero. I don't know. This is a try card. It doesn't deserve to be this low on the list. Coliseum Manager. Return this minion to your hand. Inspire. This is maybe the slowest card that they've introduced. 3 mana, 2/5. 3 mana, 2/5. 3 mana, 2/5. 3 mana, 3/4 with the positive power is pretty standard in this. You could fill your deck, not fill, but you could have all the 3 drops you need with 3 mana, 3/4s. If you never... Say you put Coliseum Manager in a not Inspire deck. It might be the card that you put in a not Inspire deck. Maybe this is the card you put in Rogue Inspire. Maybe. I don't know. You put this in Rogue Inspire deck. You weapon up on 2. You play Coliseum Manager on 3. You haven't attacked on 2. You know that you're not going to have to weapon up until it's down. Maybe Coliseum Manager's taken out a few guys. Problem is you'd only want to return Coliseum Manager to your hand if it's taken out at least 1, maybe 2 cards of your opponent's. And you would be locked out of using your hero power until then, so I don't see it. But this is just an ambitious card from them. I'm sure they tried 3/5 and it didn't work. 3 mana, 3/5 and it didn't work. Because its ability is not so negative that it is that. I don't know. Coliseum Manager? Nah. You're fine. Actually, I'm going to say Coliseum Manager, you're fine. Your power sucks. Your power sucks, Coliseum Manager, but you're okay. You're good in my book. I bet you have a baller sound that you make when you come out. I don't know. Next card. 3 mana Ice Rager. Ice Rager, it's just a better version of Magma Rager, right? Hilarious. 3 mana 5/2. I'm fine with this too. I bet this sees play. I don't know why it would. At low level ranks, when people are trying things out, when people are learning Hearthstone, this card sees play. I don't know why. I don't know what deck it fits into. I don't think it's great and constructed, but I do think it's okay in Arena. I think it's okay in Arena. I know health is so important in Arena. And if you're behind, it's not going to do you any good. Nah, it's bad in Arena. It's not the worst card you could get in Arena, but it's a common, so it's mostly going to be competing with other okay cards. Or there's better commons anyway. Ugh. The upside to this one is that you're not going to be furious when you get it like you are with Magma Rager. So that's why they released it, I guess. Dark Bargain. Destroy 2 random enemy minions. Discard 2 random cards. Alright. Dark Bargain is a card that won't see play now, but could see play in the future. You know? It's fine. Discard 2 random cards. Dark Bargain. It'll never work with Fist of Jiraxis, because discard card mechanics are not good enough. Also, your opponent usually won't have 2 minions that you desperately want to destroy. They'll usually have 1 minion that you desperately want to destroy, and if they don't have another minion, you can't play Dark Bargain. But, so no Dark Bargain. Dark Bargain, no. Recruiter! It's hard, some of these cards, to be positive about them. Recruiter. Inspire, add a 2/2 Squire to your hand. Okay. Okay. Yes. Fine. Recruiter, I think you are better. Recruiter is better than the one, I can't remember what it's called. The 5 for 4/4 that summons the Squire to the field as a battle cry. Because he's got more attack, Inspire effect. I assume that Blizzard has done their test playing. No one else has faith in Blizzard. Trump and Kriparian don't have faith in Blizzard. They don't have faith in Blizzard. They say, Blizzard hasn't done the card testing. They don't know that Inspire... Actually, that's not true. That's not what they're saying. They're basically all saying, if Inspire's a thing, some Inspire cards will work. But they don't think that Inspire maybe will be a thing, or that there's no reason for the meta to slow down. I think it will. I think Inspire's going to be a thing, and I'm taking that stance for the rest of this video. Inspire will be a thing. The 2/2 Squires will. It doesn't overcommit. That first one, it overcommits. It lets you summon another. It overcommits. You play it for a 4/4, and you get the 2/2 Squire already on the field. It's slower. So, it's, I don't know, it's vulnerable area of effects. Oh, Lord. Ugh, don't go to sleep. I like Recruiter. I think Recruiter's fine. Tiny Knight of Evil. Whenever you discard a card, gain +1/+1. Woo! Tiny Knight of Evil. Just like Dark Bargain. Not going to see play right now. Maybe we'll see play in the future. It's sort of like, Druid of the one that turns into a snake. Druid of the Snakes. Is it called that? I have no idea. It's like that one. They released that card in GVG. And then now, maybe, not quite for sure, but maybe, in the Grand Tournament, Beast Druid will be a thing. So boom. Done. That card won't do anything right now, but maybe in the future, it will. Demon Fuse. Nobody likes Demon Fuse. I like Demon Fuse. Why do I like Demon Fuse? Give your opponent a mana crystal. Demon Fuse brings back Zoo. Sure. Demon Fuse brings back Zoo. It's a 2 for 3/3. It works with your demons. I can actually see Demon Fuse seeing play in wildly aggressive Warlock. I don't know if Warlock is wildly aggressive enough, but I hope so. Zoo Warlock, right now, is probably not good enough for Constructed, but I can see it happening. Demon Zoo Warlock, I can see happening with Demon Fuse. I don't know. It's bad to give your opponent a mana crystal early in the game, but not if you're super fast. Not if you're super fast. You do turn 1 Flame Imp, turn 2 Demon Fuse the Flame Imp. Now you've got a 6/5 on the board. Turn 3 Attack with the Flame Imp, Void Caller the Flame Imp. I don't know. I don't know. Next card. Pit Fighter. Pit Fighter doesn't deserve to be this far down on the people not liking it list. I think it's this far down because it's boring. It's just a vanilla card, but it's a 5/6. There's not a lot of vanilla cards, vanilla 5s. 5 for 5/6, pretty good. That's all I can say about Pit Fighter. It'll be amazing in Arena. This card is she's the queen of Arena. She's the queen! Great Arena card. Probably won't see a lot of play in Constructed just because it's vanilla and you need to be... Your decks need to be, like, really good. Anyway. Cut Purse. Cut Purse? Cut Purse? You could be more popular than this. Some cards have to be unpopular. I think Cut Purse is alright. I don't know if Cut Purse is good enough, but I'm going to assume that Blizzard did their play testing and decided Cut Purse is good enough. And you know what Cut Purse is good enough for? Cut Purse is good enough to bring back Miracle Rogue. I get that sense that Blizzard with this is maybe trying to see if some old decks that they accidentally killed still have viability. So you get that Cut Purse to attack one time. They attack the hero. You get a coin. Maybe you've got the coin already in your hand. It's a spell. Coins are spells, right? So Cut Purse attacks. You get a coin. It kills it, sure. But then if you can stay alive, you got now 2 coins. Maybe, probably, hopefully. I'm gonna say probably. This brings back Miracle Rogue. At least a little bit. At least people will try it again. And that's what Hearthstone needs. It needs people trying new decks, experimenting. Lots of these cards will be people just trying stuff, shifting up the meta. That's the biggest influence. They shift the meta. Alright, Void Crusher. We're moving on to the next card because nobody likes this card and obviously it's bad. Obviously it's bad. It should be a 3 mana 5/4, destroy a random minion for each player. Because it's going to destroy itself every time. It's going to destroy itself every time. It's such a negative effect. Destroy a random minion for each player? Okay, I know. They did their playtesting. Okay. Blizzard did their playtesting on this card, and if it cost any less or it was valued at any more, then it would be bad. Or it would be too strong. But I can't see why. All of the effects that have neutral effects. For instance, Spellslinger is a 3/4 that gives both players a spell. Now, your deck's going to be built around using that spell better than your opponent's deck, so it's not actually neutral. But all of those ones are priced competitively for mana cost and stats. They're priced competitively, and this is not. This kills one of your own minions. Granted, Warlock, you're going to have some 1/1 demons. Maybe, hopefully, if you've got your implosions out, you'll probably have some 1/1 demons. But the chances that this can destroy itself and cost 6 and only destroy something little for your opponent is bad. Also, you're locked out of your hero power if you don't want to destroy one of your own minions. Void Crusher is a no. Brave Archer. Okay. Brave Archer. I like Brave Archer. I like Brave Archer because it's a 1-drop that's a good top deck for Hunter. I like Brave Archer. They didn't want to give Hunter too many aggro cards. This is a very aggro card for Hunter. I don't think that this Hunter deck will ever happen. But Brave Archer it makes it possible, though unlikely, but possible. Right now, Faciest Face Hunter has no cards higher than 3 drops. And those ones are the ones that you send back, you know? Those are the ones that you mulligan. I think Brave Archer represents a push for a face hunter that has no 3-drops in it, that has only 1 and 2 drops, that is even faster, but also more unstable than face hunter. Face hunter is not really unstable right now, but that's what Brave Archer is a push for. Will it work? I don't know. It's fairly priced, though. It can't have that ability and have any other stats. Or, it probably could, because if it cost more, then no one would play it. Because you can't empty your hand with cards that cost more. Clockwork Knight. Ba-bow. Give a friendly mech +1 battle cry. Love those battle cries. What? Friendly mech +1/1. Lots of mechs are aggressive. This is a push for mechs to be more control-y. I think this is an attempt for Blizzard to keep mechs relevant. This card specifically being neutral is an attempt to keep mechs relevant, even though they're pushing for a control meta. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say. It's a push to keep mechs relevant while pushing for a control meta. Because mechs are so aggressive right now with all of the blow costs. Yeah. Next card. We're talking about these too much. It's going to take too long. 7. Fearsome Doom card. Boom. This card doesn't see play. Probably. Alright stats. Not great stats, but it's a great Bane of Doom card, and you never play it for 7. It always gets void collared out. So, it's a huge buff for Bane of Doom, which will now see probably a lot of competitive play, where right now it's sort of on the cusp. It fits into barely Demon Lock, Malagos Warlock, sometimes it fits in there. This card makes that work. Also, it's not a great arena card, it's an okay arena card. Yes. It's an okay arena card. It costs too much. It's a class card. It costs too much in arena. Just a little bit. You could do worse in arena. See, that's the thing. You could do worse. And you probably will. I would wager that against 2 random common cards, that this is better than most of them. Especially if you need a big drop in arena for Warlock. Boom. North Sea Kraken. Everyone says this card's bad. I don't think so. This card's good. It's a good card, everyone. Sort of. Everyone compares it to Force Tank Max. It's very similar to Force Tank Max. It's a big common card. Neutral common. One of the biggest ones they've made. They've made some more in Grand Tournament. So those poor free-to-play players, which I am, will never... They'll have big cards now, which is good. That'd be an interesting thing to see. How is the meta affected? How is the high rank meta affected by low rank players? Is it? If low rank players are all playing specific decks, how is the high rank meta? How is that affected? If the lower ranked players suddenly have access, if you have no legendaries, which is what most of the lower ranked players are, and even, I mean, some of them higher ranks have some legendaries and are just not good, and they're just low ranks because they're not very good. But North Sea Kraken is a high mana cost card that most players are going to have in low ranks. I don't know. I think North Sea Kraken's a card to look out for. I don't think it's particularly great, but Fire Elemental is played all the time in Shaman, and it's very similar to this card. Very similar. Similar stats, just a little bit higher attack than health, but it's like a higher cost version of this. It could probably do 5 damage, but maybe that's too much. Maybe that's too much burst for a common card at a high cost like this. It's a good top deck. It's bad to get in your hand early in the game because the problem is that you don't want that many 9-drops. In high rank play, you're going to want to play Ysera. You're going to want to play the bigger 9-drops. But maybe it's good in a Joust deck, maybe. Maybe. I'm saying maybe on this one. I like North Sea Kraken. I don't know if it's great, but I like it. Shadow Pan Rider. Rogue. 5, 3, 7. Combo. +3 attack. Is a 5 for 6, 7 good enough? Maybe? What if you can't combo it? If you can't combo it, it's bad. Basically, that's the premise. If you can't combo something, it's bad. If you can't combo it, it's good. I'm fine with Shadow Pan Rider. It's not a particularly good card, but it's not bad. Silent Knight. Alright. Silent Knight, 3 for 2, 2. Neutral. I think Silent Knight is underrated. I like Silent Knight. Stealth. Divine Shield. Stealth's good, guys. Stealth is good. Divine Shield is good. You put them together, you probably have a good card. I think Silent Knight's good. I'm not sure I don't know what deck it'll fit into. Because I don't know because I'm not the guy who makes the decks. I'm the guy who looks at the decks and goes, yes, that, there. Oh, of course. Yes! Yes! Silent Knight. I like Silent Knight. I think it will see... I think Silent Knight will find its niche. Frigid Snowbolt. If spell damage deck ever becomes a thing, Frigid Snowbolt might be a thing. That's my review of Frigid Snowbolt. It's a 2/6 for 4. It's not super easy to get rid of. It's not super hard to get rid of. If spell damage ever becomes a thing, Frigid Snowbolt might be a thing. It'll be an option in those decks. Saboteur! Battle Cry. Your opponent's hero power costs 5 more next turn. 4, 4, 3. You know, stats? Not terrible. Not very good, but not terrible. Locks your opponent out of their hero power. I wish this card said your opponent's hero power costs 5 the next time they use it. That'd probably be too good. How about your opponent's hero power costs 2 more next time they use it? Then it can be countered by Lady of the Lake. Yeah. I think Saboteur. It's a tech card. It's a tech card. Come on, guys. It's just a tech card. You put it in your deck if everyone's playing Inspire decks, which they might be, but probably not. But maybe. So, Flame Juggler. Battle Cry, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Flame Juggler's good. Flame Juggler's great in Arena. Flame Juggler's maybe not good enough for Constructed, but maybe it is. Maybe it's good for an aggressive deck. To a random enemy, if it was a random enemy minion, it'd be baller. But I think Flame Juggler, not bad. It's like a Knife Juggler, but it's got more stank power because it's got 3 health. And it guaranteed goes off. You don't get that renewable value. It doesn't combo with Unleash the Hounds. But it does hit 1 time for sure. So, good. Oligmar Aspirant. Hang on, I gotta make sure that I'm still recording. I think I am. I am still recording. Good. But I've only got 20% battery power, so I may have to go grab my charger. Oligmar Aspirant. Inspire, give your weapon +1 attack. It should say Inspire, give your weapon +1 durability. Is that too much? That might be too much. Inspire, give your weapon +1 attack. So you already have to have a weapon equipped. It'd be better in Rogue. Why isn't this a Rogue card? That'd be great! Why isn't this a Rogue card? This card could make Poison Blade work. If Poison Blade said every time you... If Poison Blade said inspire... whatever, give it +2 attack... This should be a rogue card, not a warrior card. Jesus. Acid Maw. It costs too much, probably. But it couples with that other one, so whatever. Is a 10 mana combo that reliably gets rid of almost every minion on the field, including your own, except for those two. It does it every turn, but your opponent has to have no cards in their hand. Well, I don't know. Argent Lance. Reveal a minion in each deck. If yours costs more, +1 durability. Maybe it makes pirates a thing. Maybe it's a paladin weapon that makes pirates a thing. I don't know. Argent Lance, come on. +1 durability with the Joust effect? What the hell? Ball of Spiders. Ball of Spiders will see play. Ball of Spiders is really slow. It takes a long time to get the payoff from it, but you will get the payoff eventually. I like Ball of Spiders. It's also really fun. Ball of Spiders is a fun card. I like those fun cards. You get the random things. Sometimes you get King Crush or whatever. I don't know. Is that even good enough? Who knows? But I like Ball of Spiders. Lance Carrier. Battle Cry, give a friendly minion +2 attack. Yes! Lance Carrier. You're a good card. He's basically a 2-mana 1/2 with 2 attack of charge and Divine Shield. Semantics. I like Lance Carrier. He's good in Arena too. Ball of Spider's good in Arena. Argent Lance is fine in Arena, but not great. Just because all weapons are pretty okay in Arena. Anyway, tournament attendee, no one will play that. It's a bolster thing. They're trying to make bolster a thing, but bolster could be a thing. Bolster could be a thing. I'm just saying that now, guys. Bolster could be a thing. So, watch out for those bolster decks. Undercity Valiant. Combo. Deal 1 damage. Yes, Undercity Valiant sees play. But, is it better than that other one? Is it better than SI7 Agent? No, probably not. How's my battery life? I have no idea. Is it better than SI7 Agent? Probably not. But it's got competitive stats for a 2-drop, and SI7 Agent technically doesn't have competitive stats for a 3-drop, but its ability is so good that that's not a problem. I guess on 4 you could go 4 coin Undercity Valiant SI7 Agent and get 3 damage and 2 minions for whatever. It's good. I like Undercity Valiant. It's an option for a rogue deck, for a tempo rogue. Rogue's not getting any love in this because its hero power sucks. That's not true. That's not true! Rogue's hero power doesn't suck. There's just not... You just don't want to push it all the time. You at most want to push it like every other turn or whatever. I don't know. Anubarak. I like Anubarak. It's a potential for infinite value. It's basically a 9-mana 4/8. When it dies, it becomes a 4/4, and you can play it again. So, yes, Anubarak. It's a good top deck late game in a control meta. Hopefully. I don't know. The Skeleton Knight. Reveal a minion in each deck. If it costs more, return this to your hand. If Joust is good enough, Skeleton Knight is good enough. If Joust, which I'm assuming Blizzard has done their playtesting again, and I'll say it again, I'm assuming Blizzard has done their playtesting. If they have, Skeleton Knight is a baller card. Because if you build a joust deck, you're going to win most of the jousts. But most of the time, you don't win the jousts. And the one time the Skeleton Knight doesn't win a joust, then Skeleton Knight dies. You paid 6 mana for a 7/4, and you can suck a fatty chode. Crowd favorite. How many times would Skeleton Knight have to go off before it was worth it? If it wins one joust, is it good? Saves you a card. And you draw a 7... I think so. I think if Skeleton Knight gets one good time off, it's good. Maybe not. It's pretty slow. Crowd favorite. Whenever you play a card with Battle Cry, gain +1/+1. Hey! What? Crowd favorite? Yes! I love those Battle Cry ones. Yes! Crowd favorite, come on! I like it. It's handsome. Handsome devil, handsome mother. Mysterious Challenger. Put one of each secret from your deck into the battlefield. That's a unique ability. What is the infinite potential? Not really infinite potential. Only Dreadsteed has really infinite potential. Mysterious Challenger. Nobody plays Paladin Secrets. This is a push to play Paladin Secrets. What? It takes the secrets out of your deck. You don't have to worry about drawing them anymore. What? That's great. But Paladin Secrets aren't that good, and do you really want all of them active at the same time? I don't think so. But maybe. And there's that new Paladin Secret that makes it so that there's sorta 4 Paladin Secrets that you might want to play if that new one's good. Convert. Put a copy of an enemy minion into your hand. Yeah, baller. I'm gonna go grab my cord. Give me a sec. I'm gonna charge you up. Hopefully you will keep recording. Are you still recording? I think so. Yeah. And you're charging too? I have no idea. We'll find out eventually. Hopefully I'm still in the frame. Convert. Put a copy of an enemy minion into your hand. Yes. Good. I like that card. No one's playing Face of Manipulator. I don't think people will play Convert. Convert? Convert? Convert. 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 Card art's super baller, though. I bet it's got a great animation, too. I think that's probably why they made it, so they can make a cool animation for it. Evil Heckler. Strictly better Booty Bay Bodyguard. I guess rest in peace, Booty Bay. I wonder what... I don't see Evil Heckler seeing play in Constructed, but that's fine. I think it's good in Arena. I think Evil Heckler probably exists for Arena. It also maybe exists as a buff for Piloted Sky Golem. Maybe? Who knows? Did they make a whole card to buff Piloted Sky Golem? I feel like that's the wrong idea. I want to see them lower the cost of Booty Bay Bodyguard now, though. Because I'm sad that both Booty Bay Bodyguard and Evil Heckler exist. I'm sad. Because maybe this card exists to make me sad. Yeah, why not? Evil Heckler exists to make me sad. He's evil heckling Booty Bay Bodyguard. Because I'm going to see them both in my card collection now, and I'm just going to be sad that that there's no reason to ever play Booty Bay Bodyguard ever again. Unless like a card came out that was like, if you play a 5-mana 4/3, 5/4, a 5-mana 5/4, you win the game. No one is ever gonna play Booty Bay Bodyguard. Ever. And that's sad. I feel bad for Booty Bay Bodyguard, and it's a card, and I feel bad for it. It's not even a real card. It's a video game card, and I feel bad for it. So, that's an emotional response from a card. Well done. Good card design on Evil Heckler. Probably not very good in game. Probably okay in arena. But what an amazing card design. It made me feel sad. Stable Master. Stable Master. Battle Cry. Give a friendly beast immune this turn. Those hunters are getting 4/2s. Give a friendly beast immune this turn. So, I guess you could combo Stable Master with the new one. A friendly beast immune. I like immune. I want them to use immune more. What are there, like 5 cards that use immune? Bestial Wrath. Stable Master. Mal'Ganis. What else uses immune? I don't know. I want them to use immune more. I'm glad that they're using it more. I don't think this card's that good, but I don't think it's that bad either. It's definitely a control hunter card, because that's what immune is. It's for control. Burgle! Add 2 random class cards to your hand. Yes. Burgle also maybe brings back Miracle Rogue. It's sort of a control-y card too, so it might fit into Control Rogue, which isn't really a thing right now. Oh, it's from your opponent's class. Okay, that's fine too. That's fine. I like it. I think it's good. I think Burgle's good. I think Rogue is poised to use a lot of those cards, a lot of the spells that... Because, like, when you're playing as Priest, you don't want to steal any of the spells. Like, you don't want to steal the spells that give weapons better things. So, you don't want to steal Shield Slam. God, Shield Slam. You don't want to steal Demon Fuse. Maybe Demon Fuse exists so that when another class steals a Warlock spell, it's not always great. Which, they're not all great, so I don't know why. But anyway, Fist of Jaraxxus. No. What? Maybe. No. Is Jaraxxus blue? Is that guy the Fist of Jaraxxus? I can't tell. What do you think? What's the lore behind Fist of Jaraxxus? I don't play WoW. I just play Hearthstone. And make YouTube videos. When you play or discard this, deal 4 damage to a random enemy. A random enemy. Deal 4 damage to a random enemy. Am I still recording? I'm always worried about that. At least you can play it. 4 mana for... It's another one of those discard mechanic things, which is not really a thing right now, but could be a thing in the future if there were enough both discard mechanics and draw mechanics. That's it! That's what they need! They need a Warlock card that says, discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards! And it costs like 1 mana or something. Or, more cards that say, when you discard this card, activate this effect. You need more cards like that. They need more... They need a minion that is, when this card is discarded, summon it instead. Or that sort of thing. That's what makes Fist of Jaraxxus good. That's what makes that Dark Pact good. That's what makes Evil Rider Guy, whatever, good. You just need more. It's a card that's good in the future, maybe. On the next page. Oh Lord, there's so many. We're gonna speed through them now. We're at almost an hour. Refreshment vendor. Restore 4 health to your hero, to both heroes. Okay, great. Yeah, that's a solid card. I can't think of anything to say about Refreshment Vendor other than it's a solid card that really pushes control meta and slows down the game. I think Refreshment Vendor slows down the game. Spellslinger. Okay, that's the one that's in the Tavern Brawl. Spellslinger, add a random spell to each player's hand. What? Okay, great. Yeah. I like Spellslinger too. God, that Tavern Brawl where they're all saying their weird new cries when they come out, their shouts, whatever those things are called. It's so weird, because it sounds like it's not Hearthstone, but I'm sure that in like a month, I'm going to be so familiar with them that they're going to be as, oh God, seeing the future. Ice Howl. Ice Howl is a good, well-designed card that might not see play, but is fun, and so fun. And a Joust card, for sure. A card to put in a Joust deck, absolutely. 9 mana, 10/10, charge, can't attack heroes. Yeah, I like that. It's not great. It's not got a lot of utility. It's got a very specific purpose, which is what legendary cards mostly do. Have, or should have, really. I don't like the idea of locking people out of a game because they can't play well. Even though, by its very nature, a trading card game does that. But if you make legendary cards as specifically purposed as Ice Howl, it cannot attack heroes. It can only do control things. It can only control. Master of Ceremonies. If you have a minion with spell damage, gain +2/+2. Spell damage isn't a thing. Master of Ceremonies probably will not make it a thing, but it might. This is another one of those cards that maybe it doesn't do good right now, but in the future, it might do good, and that's a reason to release cards. It's so that when they release cards later, you can go, hang on a sec, they released Master of Ceremonies. I could put that in my deck. And that's a new thing to try. It's fun. Yeah. It's fun. Dragonhawk Rider. Wind Fury. Underrated. Rightfully so. Rightfully underrated. It shouldn't... Wind Fury's not very good. It's got 3/3 of stats, which is not bad. It's not... Hang on. It's not terrible. It's bad. It's not terrible. It's not good in Arena, probably, because it only has Wind Fury this turn. But it made it to the second page of popularity, and it's got a fun, angry-looking parrot. So, blah, blah, blah. Bolt Ram Shield. Whenever your hero takes damage, this minion takes damage instead. This minion's hard to evaluate. Because basically, it should have taunt. It sort of does have taunt. Sort of. Not really. Basically, you just have to kill it. But you can kill it by attacking your opponent's hero. It should say maybe something like Bolt Ram Shield. Oh, it's Bolt, not Bolt. Bolt Ram Shield. Whenever your hero would take damage, this minion takes 2 less damage instead. That way, there's incentive for your opponent to actually attack both, as opposed to getting free damage on both by just attacking your hero. And both can absorb more points of damage. He could absorb, he could be a 3/1 left and absorb all the damage from a Pyroblast. It won't do that, but it could. That's what I think both should be. Is that it should take a little less damage to give people incentive to attack so that your opponent can attack your hero and get the free damage in on both without damaging their own minions, but both takes a little bit less damage when that happens. I think that would be a pretty balanced card. Anyway, Charged Hammer, Death Rattle, your hero power becomes deal 2 damage. God, a lot of these weapons are not great, but, you know, they already have a lot of good weapons, but Drummond doesn't, so, 2/4, Jesus. A 2/4 with a Death Rattle that you probably want to have activated, but you don't want to destroy your own weapon because you paid 4 mana for a... It's Shadow Form. It's Shadow Form, right? And it's not even good Shadow Form. So it's Shadow Form that takes 4 turns to activate, but you get 2 extra damage. I'm gonna say maybe this gets play, actually, you know? Okay. Does this get play? This gets... This gets play. I think charge... Yeah. You know why? Because it's good in Arena. It's so good in Arena. Confuse. Swap the attack and health of all minions. No. Why? Why? Why is it an epic? Why would you want that? Why would you ever want that done? It should say, give priest a card that says, give all minions -2/-2 this turn. It kills off weak minions. It doesn't necessarily hurt you, but it kills off your own weak minions if you have them. So it's sometimes harder to play, or to find the right time to play. But it's sort of a board clear, and it fits well into Priest's thingamabob. It's themes. No, confuse. It's fun though, and I bet it's got a pimpin' animation. Grand Crusader, add a random paladin card to your hand. Ooh. Okay. That's weird. That the paladin cards are gonna get... Okay. Everyone can have paladin cards now. 6 mana, 5/5. A little bit below average. Random paladin card though. That's cool. What class benefits from paladin cards more than paladins? Any of them? Do any of them? Would any of them? I don't know. I like Grand Crusader. I think on average it's going to give you a card. Let's say it costs 4, because that's the paladins. It's going to, on average, give you a 4 cost card. They have a lot of secrets, but they've also got one of the best legendaries, Tyrion. I like Grand Crusader. I think Grand Crusader sees some experimentation in decks. I don't know what deck, but I think it does. Argent Watcher, it's not a great card. Everyone sort of knows it's not a great card. I think it exists so that Piloted Shredder gets a little bit of a debuff, maybe. That's the only reason that I can think of that it exists. Horse Rider doesn't deserve to be this low on the thing because it's great in Arena and might not see play in Constructed, but might see play in Constructed because it's sort of an aggressive card. Charge, 2/1 Divine Shield, it gets guaranteed 2 damage off. Granted, it costs 3, but it's hard to get rid of even though it only has 1 health because it has Divine Shield, so it's got to be hit twice. So if you just hit face with it, then they have to hit it twice, which they might not be able to do against your aggressive deck. I think Argent Horse Rider is good. I think it's a really elegant designed card. Astral Communication is the funniest card. Gain 10 mana crystals, discard your hand. Yes! Yes, Gaga! Ugh! Astral Communication. You put this card in the Druid Joust deck. Boom! Maybe it doesn't work, but I like its design. It pushes the boundaries of what a card can do in Hearthstone, right? So cool! If anything, this is one of the coolest cards! It's so awesome! Just look at it! 10 mana crystals? Gain 10 mana crystals? Awesome! Enter the Colosseum. Destroy all minions, except the player's minions with the highest attack. Yeah, okay, that's a good board clear. Is it better than a two-cost board clear from another, from two cards together that are a guaranteed board clear? Probably not. Which Paladin has. Paladin has Equality Consecration, which is the entire board of your opponents. But Enter the Colosseum. I like it. It's one card, which Paladin doesn't really have, that gets rid of the whole board nicely. Sort of elegantly, not greatly. It's not a perfect comeback mechanism because it costs 6. So even on turn 10, if you're really behind, your opponent has one big thing, you play your 4-drop. In ideal situations, you play Hungry Dragon. You play Hungry Dragon on 4, and then you play Enter the Colosseum. It's the only card you have. It survives the Colosseum. But your opponent's card that probably survives is probably better than Hungry Dragon. So Enter the Colosseum, I think it's maybe got a place. I don't know. It definitely deserves to be more popular than Flame Lance, which is a bad card because it only hits minions. No minion ever needs to take 8 damage. It's just overkill. It's basically a guaranteed kill on a minion. Even though I'm saying this, the next card that I'm going to review is not. It doesn't kill guaranteed. So who knows? Flame Lance, not good. Captured Jormungar. Captured Jormungar. This card is big and common and probably good in Arena. Wrathguard. Whenever this minion takes damage, also deal that damage to your hero. Yeah. Wrathguard's another card that's good for Demon Fuse. You want to push. Coin Wrathguard, Demon Fuse. It's a Zoo Demon deck. That's what they want you to make with Warlock. That's what they're trying to tell you to make. I like Demon Fuse. You hear that, Trump? I like Demon Fuse. Yeah. I do. You have a minion with taunt. Okay, King's Defender. Battle Cry. If you have a minion with taunt, gain +1 durability. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It should be gain +1 durability for every minion with taunt you have. Even that's not that good. Everyone's been saying it. They're saying it right. They're right. Night of the Wild. Night of the Wild's good if Beast Druid becomes a thing, which I'm not sure it's gonna. In fact, I don't think it will yet, but it's a future card. It's a card that's good in the future. Blah, 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 blah. Spawn of the Shadows. Is Aggro Priest a thing? No. But, damn. Inspire. Deal 4 damage to each hero. A repetitive effect that deals 4 damage reliably to your opponent's hero that your opponent might not want to get rid of because your priest... Oh, I don't know. It's awful in Arena, but luckily it's a rare, so you're not going to see it very much. Spawn of the Shadows. Cool. Murloc Knight. Inspire. Summon a random Murloc. That card sees play. That card sees play. It's really baller. Yeah. It's real good. That one's a good one. It's got a good enough inspire effect to make it to make you want to inspire. Because it's also a paladin class card, so you push the button, you get a 1/1 for 2 and a random Murloc. Awesome! And you might even get Murloc Knight! Oh, you might even get Murloc Knight! I don't know. I like Murloc Knight. I do. I don't know. Murloc might not be a thing in the future. Murloc Paladin might not be a thing, but it might be now. So, yeah. Arcane Blast. If spell damage is a thing, Arcane Blast will be a thing. That's all I have to say about this card. 2 damage, deal 2 damage to a minion. Don't know why it's just to a minion, other than that, it's too dangerous of it becoming a Flame Lance that can hit face. Because +1 spell damage makes it a 4 damage to a minion for 1, which is not bad. I don't know if it's enough to make spell damage a thing, but it might be. Power Word Glory. Love this card. Love this card. I love this card. Maybe this goes on Spawn of the Shadows. Maybe that's why they made it. But I don't think so. I think they probably made this card to get put on the 2 legendary ones that get stuff. Yep, still recording. They get stuff when a spell's targeting them. They want that to be a priest thing. And I'm okay with that. It's super heavy anti-aggro. If the minion attacks 1 time, it may or may not be worth it. Obviously, it's bad in Arena. If we attack 1 time, it may or may not be worth it. If you attack 2 times, it's definitely worth it. If you put it on, what's-her-name that gets Divine Shield, or deals 3 damage to a random enemy, then it's awesome. Even if they only attack once. Okay, Dalaran Aspirant. Inspire. Gain 1 spell damage. Gain +1 spell damage. I can't see it working. Okay, see, even if Inspire's slow enough, even if Inspire effects work, I don't see this working. Because think about it. You play it on 6. And then you do the Inspire. That's the ideal situation, right? I guess, for Inspire things, is you want to play it right away. Okay, ideal, you play that thing that gets you a free, the next time you use your hero power, it's free. Okay? You play that the turn before, and then you play this. And then on 4. So you do 4, and then hero power, and it gets +1 spell damage. But then what do you do? That's what I'm saying, is then what? After that. You don't have any mana left, and Mage doesn't have any 0-cost spells that do spell damage, or I think maybe at all. So what do you do then? I don't know. I just don't see this being a thing. It's like Violet Teacher, except for you don't see the value out of it right away. It takes, because Violet Teacher you can play, and then if you play a spell you get a 1-cost minion, and then even if Violet Teacher dies, which sometimes it does, you might still have the 1/1. Or you might still have 2 1/1s. Or the Violet Teacher might survive. And if the Violet Teacher survives, Dalaran Aspirant might survive. But you only see its value. Dalaran Aspirant seems slower than other Inspire cards because you actually have to wait. You have to wait a turn. I don't know. Wilfred Fizzlebang. Cool, yeah. 6 mana, 4/4, bad. Cards draw from your hero power, cost 0. Yeah. Can you do a Warlock Joust deck? I guess that's something to think about. Can you do a Warlock Joust deck? Is it good to play on 8? If you are reliably gonna do the thing. Oh, I never thought about that. If Paladin Joust deck becomes a thing, then that then that one card that deals damage equal to the card that you draw might become a thing. Because you might reliably be able to draw cards that are heavier. Okay. I reviewed Wilfred Fizzlebang as a different thing. What's the card art for this next one? Gadgetzan Jouster. It's a goblin, and it's in a mech. Okay. That's what it is? It's like a mech thingy? It's like a mech motorcycle bike head? I don't know. Battlecry, reveal a minion in each deck if it costs more. Gain +1/+1. 1 drop, 2, 1, 2. It's going to be a 2/3. Sometimes it's going to be a 2/3. Problem with 1 drops with Joust effects is that you don't want to put a 1 drop into Joust deck. Next card. Cavaldia Raider. Inspire, gain +2/+2. No. Probably not good. Maybe if you can make your hero power better. Maybe if Inspire's a thing and the game's slow enough. Cavaldia Raider is good. But I just don't see it with some of these Inspire cards. I just don't see it, Blizzard. I'm trying. I'm on your side. I'm on your side, man. Shadow Fiend. Whenever you draw a card, reduce its cost by 1. Okay. Okay. Well, I can see this working. I don't see this working for sure, which is sort of what it's going to have to be able to do to be competitive, but I could see it sort of working. Priest draws a lot of their cards in bursts with draw combos, or I could see you playing this card down and then Power Word shielding it. Is that right? Yes, Power Word shielding it. And then I can see you, I don't know, Oknai, not Oknai, Priest, Circle, or whatever. I could see Shadow Fiend working, not reliably. Its stats aren't terrible. It's good if you're ahead in Arena, because it probably won't die if you're ahead. But it's not great if you're behind, because it probably will. Yeah. Polymorph Boar. One of my favorite new cards is Polymorph Boar. I'm just going to say that right away. I'm just going to say Polymorph Boar is one of my favorites. I think it's a really elegant design. I think it's really nice because you can play it on your opponent's minion and you can play it on your minion and get some benefit from either way if you play it. I think that it supports some of the cards that Mage got in this expansion. Just so that everyone knows, because Fallen Hero is very good with it, because if you have that out, then you can polymorph board, and then you can hero power the thing that you polymorph board right away, and instead, it's sort of like, if you've got an increased spell damage, an increased hero power damage by just 1, it is just a strictly better polymorph, but if you have a thing, it's good too, because you can do it. But that's such an obvious card. It's elegant. Anyway, Armored Warhorse. No, probably not play this card very much. Just because Joust is better for control cards. I like this card though. It's Blizzard saying, we get it. Joust is, you want to put Joust cards in control decks, but this card is them saying, but you might want to put it in an aggressive deck. A 4-mana 5/3 with charge is good, but if it only has charge 50% or less of the time, it's not good. This is just them trying to see, it's them saying, we play tested it. We play tested it, and Joust is obviously better for control decks. But we want to see what happens if we make a few cards that are better for aggro decks with the Joust effect. Alright. Next card. Next card is my favorite. My favorite card in this expansion is this card. I don't think it's the best card in this expansion, but it's my favorite one. It's my favorite one, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't know why. It's got a fun name. It's got cool card art. It's got a great effect. It's got bad stats. But, man, above Lord Ruler, Rust and Ruin! Come on, guys! That's awesome! Look at it, it's so cool! Could last forever, man! You put Baron Geddon down, boom! Not Baron Geddon. Baron Rivendare. You put Baron Rivendare down? Dale? Dale? I don't know. You put Baron Rivendale down? Boom! You sacrifice him! You got 2/1s! Oh, snap! Maybe you randomly get Warsong Commander somehow. Or maybe you randomly get Dreadsteed somehow. Maybe Dreadsteed pops out of your Pilot Sky Golem that's not seeing play right now. But maybe it will because of Dreadsteed. And then you got infinite 1/1s! I love Dreadsteed. I don't know if it'll see play. It's definitely my favorite card that they released. So that card was like, damn! Damn! But then the smart, like, Hearthstone player in me goes, eh. But then the part of me that loves fun cards is like, damn, bro! Dreadsteed, I'm gonna ride that pony! Shady Dealer. 3/4/3, so below average stats, but playable in an arena. If you have a pirate, gain 1/1. Why isn't it a pirate? I don't know why it's not a pirate, but who knows? We're trying to make pirates a thing. They've been trying to make pirates a thing for a long time, and pirates have never been a thing, and they're trying to make them a thing. I want them to. Maybe eventually they will. And then this card will be played. Dreadscale. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all of the minions. 3/4/2. That's a good card. It's anti-aggro. It's Hunter. It's a board clear on turn 3. Board clear. It promotes your opponent not playing Hunter and not Hunter. It promotes your opponent not playing aggro, and it promotes you not playing aggro because it hurts your minions too. I like Dreadscale. Seal of Champions, another card that targets minions. Give a minion +3 attack and Divine Shield. It costs 1 more than 2 cards combined, and that's the value. So it squishes Blessing of Might and Blessing of whatever, the Divine Shield one. It squishes them into 1 card and says it costs 1 more than both of them combined. It's fine. I could see this being played. It's not brilliant or anything, but I can see it getting played. It'll definitely get tried out. Next card, Wild Walker. The Wild Walker. It's another Beast Druid card. Not a lot to say about those ones. If Beast Druid's a thing, this card will be a thing. If Beast Druid's not a thing, this card won't be a thing. Beneath the Grounds. Shuffle 3 ambushes into your opponent's deck. When drawn, summon a 4/4 Nerubian. Cool, yeah. I'm good with Beneath the Grounds. What to say about Beneath the Grounds? It's slow. It's slow. It's balls. I was gonna say another word that I am afraid of that animal, so I'm not going to say it. But they're slow. But it's good. It could be good. It's good against decks that draw a lot. It's good against decks if you're playing Control Rogue, which is maybe now a thing. It does nothing on the turn you play it. But it could be 12/12 of value for 3 mana. which is it's worth considering. Yedric the Pure. I just can't. This card and Confuse, I just can't understand why they'll be played. Man, I have to pee, and I've got a lot more cards. I can't see why Yedric the Pure gets played. Mulch. Destroy a minion. Add a random minion to your opponent's hand. Druid needed a hard removal card. This is a hard removal card. I think on average it's going to net you profit because you're going to destroy a high valued minion and it's going to they're going to get a not as good one. Is it as good as Assassinate, which is just 5 mana, destroy a minion? No, because on average they're going to get a card that costs more than 2. So you're going to destroy their 6 and they're going to maybe get a 4. So they've got a 4 now that you're going to have to deal with. But it slows them down for tempo more than Assassinate does. It's definitely faster for tempo. I like Mulch. I bet that sees play. Especially because Druid has no removal. Problem is that this is not good. This is great for getting rid of tempo for their big cards, but it's the opposite of tempo for their small cards because you can't play it on a small minion. Cannot. Alexstrasza's Champion. If you're holding a dragon, +1 attack and charge. Okay. Dragon decks are control decks, so this is not a control. This is not an aggressive card, even though it looks like it. Unless there's... I thought we were done with dragons. That's my review of that one. Wormrest Agent. If you're holding a dragon... Lord. +1 attack and taunt. That card's good. Dragon Priest. I'll try it. Dragon Priest. I'll try it. Dragon Priest. It probably won't work, but whatever. Injured Kvaldir. Isn't Kvaldir the one that does +2/2? This is the injured version. Battlecry. Deal 3 damage to this minion. Okay. It's like a little tiny injured Blade Master. Oh, Lord. What is Blizzard thinking with some of these cards? I'm trying. Look how ugly he looks. That's a plus side. I bet he's got a great joke on his flavor text that I can't see anymore because I play on my phone. Next card. Druid of the Saber. Transforms to charge. 2/2/1. Transform to gain charge or +1/1 in stealth. Yes! It's enough! That's enough for Beast Druid. Yeah, it'll be a thing. Kodo Rider. Inspire summon a 3/5 War Kodo. So, this card seems really good. But I think that even if this card said, Inspire, summon a 3/5 Kodo Rider, it wouldn't be played. Just based on what it is, nah, that's not true. If it had the Inspire, if it was Inspire, be a Grim Patron deck, it would be played. But, farts! Every match that I've seen played with this Kodo Rider and played Kodo Rider in with the Tavern Brawl that's out already, it's not good! It dies immediately! But 6/10 on 8 is not bad! It's not great. It's not bad, and it's a 6/10 with the potential for more. So that's fine. But it's just never worked out, so I don't know. Confessor Paletris. Sure. I like Confessor Paletris. I love summon a random legendary minion effects. she gives some credence to why some of these legendary minions have not been very good. Because if you get Acid Maw, you're gonna be upset. But some legendary minions are so inconsistent. Hopefully it's good. Bone Guard Lieutenant. From beyond the grave. It's been doing really well for me in the Tavern Brawl. This card's great in Arena. It's a common. I don't know if it's good enough for Constructed, but it might be. If Inspire's a thing, I bet Bone Guard Lieutenant becomes a thing, because it's cheap enough to play and then Inspire when you already maybe have an Inspire thing on the field. Bone Guard Lieutenant, yes, love it. Not more than Dreadsteed, but I like it. Tuskar Jouster represents a considerable push towards slow gameplay. God. Next card, Bash. Deal 3 damage, gain 3 armor. Yes, Warrior needed that card. Did they? I don't know. Hopefully. Why don't I just say, deal 3 damage, gain 3 armor, draw a card? I don't know. Aviana! Hey, Aviana! Yes. Aviana. Aviana, yes! Aviana! Yes, Aviana! Aviana! Yes! Aviana! Aviana, yes! And that is my review of Aviana. Buccaneer. Good. A pirate. Love seeing that pirate label on things. I want pirates to be a thing. They haven't been so far, but I want them to be. Whenever you equip a weapon, give it +1 attack. Obviously, since it only has 1 health, you're only going to equip 1 weapon. But, no, that's not true. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I was trying to think of a way that you could equip more weapons. That's not true. Hang on. Buccaneer. Okay, here's the Buccaneer play. You play Buccaneer. You hero power. You get a 2/2 weapon. You attack with a 2/2 weapon to clear a minion that's got 2 health. Then you play another weapon from your hand and it also gets +1 attack. Buccaneer is more elegant than Goblin Auto Barber because you can play it and then equip a weapon and it only costs 1 and Goblin Auto Barber costs 2. So, Buccaneer, yes. It doesn't interfere with that really awkward sort of like, oh, it's turn 2, should I play my 2-drop Goblin Auto Barber or should I equip my weapon? So, perfect. Buccaneer replaces Goblin Auto Barber, is slightly better than it, and has the potential for actual value. I've been thinking of it like the only way to equip a weapon is by hero powering, but that's your worst weapon. So you hero power and attack with that weapon, and then maybe you have enough mana to equip a new weapon. Also, maybe, probably not, almost definitely not, Buccaneer, you play double Buccaneer on turn 6, and then a Poison Blade. It comes out as a 3/3, and then you've got, so, I don't know. I'm trying so hard to make that Poison Blade thing work. Someone make Poison Blade work. Please. King's Elec. Elec. I like Elec. King's Elec. In the Tavern Brawl, this has been a good card to me. I've liked seeing it, but only because it's the only 2-drop in the deck. But also, I like getting those fun big cards. It's fun to play a big card, and it pulls one into your hand. It's a Control Hunter card. It's got competitive stats, and if Control Hunter is a thing, which I think it might be, King's Elec will also be a thing. Tournament Medic. Tournament Medic. Inspire 2, restore 2 health to your hero. It's got 1/8 of stats. It sort of works with Hobgoblin, I guess, but it's just like, if it was a 0/8, would it get attacked less if it was a 0/8, do you think? I think it might. I think it might get attacked less if it was a 0/8. And I think you might even want it to be a 0/8. They didn't give any minions with stealth inspire. I just realized that, because I was thinking, what if it was a 0/1 stealth tournament medic? Like it's on the sidelines of the tournament, and it had the same inspire effect. So that just every time you used your hero power, it restored 2 health to you. And it was hard, it's sort of hard to get rid of. There's ways to get rid of minions with stealth, but sometimes you just can't deal with them. Most of the time you can, sometimes you can't. I don't know why it's not that. Anyway, Sky Captain Crag. We gotta pee! Next card. Ram Wrangler. If you have a beast, summon a random beast. Yes. Bolster. No. Living Roots. Yes. That card will be played. Yes, that card will be played. In what deck? Hell, I don't know. I have to pee, though. Fiola Lightbane. Man, she's cool. I like that light on her. The new Paladin secret. It self goes off. It also doesn't go off if you don't have any minions, which may lead to people leaving a minion out on the board so that it goes, so they can test for that secret. It'll also lead to people trying to make a secret go off that'll never go off on their turn. But it only works for 1 turn, unless they kill all your minions, and then it works for a little while longer. Anyway, Competitive Spirit. It'll be experimented with. Power Shot. Hunter card. Deal 2 damage to a minion and the minion next to it. It's like a mini explosive shot. And I like it. Lowly Squire. Now we're playing with real swords. God, he's got the sexiest voice. Damn, son. Elemental Destruction. Deal 4 to 5 damage to a minion. Overload 5. Yes! Okay, this is good. But only because Lava Shock exists. But maybe Lava Shock is enough. I wish that Shaman had gotten some better cards. But this one's not bad. And will be tried, I think. Savage Combatant. A beast for Druid. Another card that pushes beast to Druid. Far and few between. Yes, indeed. Beast Savage Combatant. Lock and Load, baby. I like Lock and Load. It's a fun card. Next card. Effigy. Burning Pyre of thingies. Duh. Yeah. Holy Champion. Whenever a character is healed, gain 2 attack. Is it good enough to put in a deck? God, I got a piece so badly I don't know. Warhorse Trainer. Your Silverhand recruits have +1 attack. That's not good. That's not good at all. You stupid, dumb horse rider idiot, Warhorse Trainer. That's like that one thing that is the 3, 2, 2. Is that its stats that gives all your minions +1 attack? It should say Warhorse Trainer. Your Silverhand recruits have +1 attack and charge, or just your Silverhand recruits have charge. Maybe, I don't know. Would that be worth it? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Sparring partner. Maybe that's gonna make bolster a thing. That's the only thing that I can think about. They're trying to make bolster a thing. Ugh, ugh. Master Jouster. It's not that much better than Sunwalker because it's actually worse than Sunwalker. Bear Trap. Bear Trap. After your hero is attacked, summon a 3/3 bear with taunt. Ooh, that's cool. That's fun. But your hero still takes the damage, so it's actually not Okay, I don't know. Bear trap, good, yes, fine. Ronin. Ronin! I like Ronin. I think he's cool. He's blue and... He's blue and... Is that electric or ice? I don't know. It's mage, so it's probably fire and ice, because that's what mages do. 3 copies of arcane missiles into your hand. Boom. That's great. That's awesome. Classic. Arcane missiles. 9 damage. An 8 for 7/7 with the death rattle. Deal 9 damage to random enemies. That's fine. Yes! I'm good with that. Also, combo's great with Archmage Antonitis. Oh my god. My stomach is cramping up because I have to pee so bad. Give all minions in your hand and deck +1/1. Mistcaller is not good enough. It's too slow. 6 for 4/4. The only other one that I can think of... So, like, that's good. That's a good effect that it has because it's for the rest of the game. It has... All of your minions have those things. Just the minions, not the spell summon minions. But for the rest of the game, they all do. Right? Good. I'm glad. But see, the other 6 for 4/4 that I thought was alright is Wilfred Fizzlebang. And its effect is like, you see it and you're like, oh my god, that's way overpowered. Oh, hold on. Maybe it's not. And then you're actually like, okay, probably it's not. Mistcaller is the same stats and you see its thing and you're like, oh, hang on, that's not very good. Or is it good? It's like the opposite of Wilfred Fizzlebang, but it's got the same stats. I don't know about Mistcaller. I just don't think so. I just don't think it's very good. But I want it to be. Mookless Champion. So everyone says Mookless Champion is bad, but I disagree. I think Mookless Champion is good. Give your other minions +1/1. It's 4/3 stats. It's going to be underestimated. Mookless Champion is underestimated. If you play it in Inspire, I think that Mookless Champion is good enough. In some decks. In not all decks. In some decks. Alright. Gormuk Impaler. Impaler, Battlecry. If you have at least 4 minions, deal 4 damage. Darnassus Aspirant. What does Aspirant mean? That's a pretty good one. For, yeah, I like that Druid card. Benson Coach. This is the card. Benson Coach is the one that makes Inspire a thing. Fencing Coach is the one that makes Inspire a thing. It is the card that makes it possible. Ancestral Knowledge. Poor Shaman. Flash Heal. Actually, hold on. Aggro Priest is a thing. It is. Blizzard play tested it and they knew. They saw. They said Aggro Priest is a thing and I said an 8. That's why Flash Shield works. Akanai Soul Priest, you've got your Dark Bomber or whatever she's called that was never played, and you've got that new one. Yes. Aggro Priest is real. It's real. Aegis Darkbane, counterpart to the other one. The other one's better. I don't know why she's more popular. But this is good too. I don't know. Yeah, I like her. She gets put into a priest deck or a paladin deck. And that's about it, right? Maybe a shaman deck, actually. Are those guys good enough to make those ones with the give your minion the death rattle, resummon this minion? Are they good enough to make... I don't know. Fallen Hero. It's a standard, classic, good card that it's going to be put in Inspire Mage decks. So is Caldara Drake. And that may also get put into other decks. Healing Wave is the best card that Shaman has gotten in this thing. Probably, other than Totem Golem. And Healing Wave is what is going to make it possible for Shaman to survive. Is if the meta doesn't slow down enough, Shaman will be the one thing that can stand against it because of Healing Wave. Hopefully that's what Blizzard playtested for. Thunderblood Valiant. Alright, we're almost there. Thunderblood Valiant. Why is this so high up on the thing? On the popularity. Inspire, give your totem +2 attack? That's not that good. Why is this on the last page? Silverhand Regent, summon a 1/1 Silverhand Recruit. Okay, Inspire. Yes, maybe that's good. There's a couple of things that work with Silverhand Recruits. It's interesting that other classes get Silverhand Recruits now. Okay. Wherein, the first legendary other than Deathwing to have 10 mana. What? Draw 3 cards, put all the minions are summoned onto the battlefield. If you put that in a Joust deck that is a successful Joust deck, which is what you would put it in because it's a 10 cost minion and it's a legendary, it's crazy. It's like an opposite Deathwing. It fills the board with your best minions, maybe. Frost Giant. Probably not. Why is... What? Oh, it's popular because that one's in the... Okay, that one's... Yes, I get it. It's in the Tavern Brawl. Tuskar Totemic. Yep, that's the one that can summon a random totem. Any random totem. Even Totem Golem. If it gets Totem Golem, it's good. If it gets one of the other ones, probably not very good. Next is Champion Sarad. A classic standard good card that gives you a great effect from its Inspire, but is maybe not as good. Chill Maw, Taunt, Death Rattle. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage to all minions. Blah, 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 blah. It's probably pretty good. It's probably not very good. I don't even know. I'm moving on to the next card. Twilight Guardian. If you're holding a dragon, +1 attack and taunt. What? Okay, yes, that's good. That could make dragon decks a thing. Totem Golem, Overload 1, 3/4 for 2? Yeah, probably. That's great. I love being able to play a 3/2, 3/4 on 2, even if I have to have some overload. Also, it's a totem, so Tuskar Totemic, like I just said, is a thing. Maiden of the Lake will be played in all Inspire decks. Garrison Commander, I don't like it very much, but that's just my personal opinion. You guys don't have to listen to me. That's just from the Tavern Brawl, and I have to get this out. That's just from the Tavern Brawl. Alright, Justicar Trueheart, last one! Wow, what a unique ability! She makes you better. She makes everyone just a lot better. It makes everyone a lot better, except for Hunter, which she only makes a little bit better. She's great. Alright, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll maybe make some more Hearthstone videos that I don't have to pee in during. Goodbye! Holy shit! I have to pee so badly. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, fuck! Jesus Christ! Oh! Oh my God! I have to poo too! Oh! Oh my God! What time is it? That takes almost 2 hours? Why did I do them in one video? Why did I do them in first popularity? They're the popular cards. Oh, Jesus.